Hello and welcome to my corner of the world, and welcome to March's card class to go. This is March 2018 and this is the next card in the class that I'm going to share with you. All of the cards in this particular class use one stamp set, Petal palette, and if you ordered the full kit you will get a brand new set of stamps plus the supplies to make the cards. So I'm going to now work through the supplies in your pack. So first of all, you're going to have a basic black card base, and then this piece is of Whisper White is 4 by 5 1/4, and that's going to be the inside of your card, like this one here. Then you've got a piece of pink pirouette, which is an outside layer, again 5 1/4 by 4, and then another piece of Whisper White, which is 3 3/4 by 5. You'll also have your envelope, and then you will have your embellishments. So there's a strip of cardstock which you're going to do for your greeting, and I've given you a strip so you can practice and then do a finished one. And you'll also have a heart cut from vellum card, and the rhinestones to finish off. Now if you have the kit, you'll have supplies to make 2 of these cards. So we're going to make a start, and we're going to start with the stamping. So the first thing that you want to do is to make sure you have the smaller of the 2 pieces of white cardstock. And we're going to be using the black archival ink. And I'm using the little flowery stamp, this one here, for this card. So using the black ink, I'm going to lay down my pattern, and I'm going to do one that direction, and then I'm going to just turn around and do in the other direction, and then my final one I'm going to do in this direction. Then I'm going to take the larger piece of white cardstock, this is to go inside, and I'm just going to stamp in one corner, and then I'm going to take my envelope and I'm going to use the same stamp in that corner, and then I'm going to take the sentiment that says from the heart. This looks like it's just fallen off. Okay, I'm going to put it crosswise, I think. There we are. Ink up, and then I'm going to center it in that piece of card, and that's basically 3/4 of an inch wide, and you're going to cut it to length when we're ready, and that's basically our stamping done. So move all that out of the way. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take our Stampin blends, and I have got Old Olive and pink pirouette, and I'm just going to decorate up my flowers. So with these, there's a thick and a thin end, and the thicker end is marked with a wider line and the narrow end is with the thinner line. So I'm going to start with my palest of them, and then I'm just going to, with my top piece there, and I'm just going to lay down, and I'm not going to do the whole thing, I'm just going to take a few. I can always go back and do it afterwards, and then I'm going to get the darker ink and I'm going to just put in a few darker pieces just to give it some contrast. And then with my leaves, again, I'm going to use the lighter colour to do the top of my leaf, like that, as though the light was shining on it. And then I'm going to use the darker one to just do the bottom of the leaf as though it was just in the shadow. You can use the thick one, or if you want a little bit more control, you can use the thinner end, like that. Just feel I ought to just do a little bit more, but I don't want to use my whole video just colouring here, so we're just gonna do a couple more like that. Okay, so once we have that done, you're going to use adhesive. I'm going to use liquid, but you can use snail, no problem with that. Snail adhesive. I like to use the liquid because it gives me an opportunity to move the card round, just to shimmy it into place so it's centered up. There we go. And just to show you how the other works, I'm going to use snail on the inside piece. Now, I didn't colour up the inside piece, but if you wish, you can colour that as well. There we go. And then I'm going to use some dimensionals to attach this part to my base card. And oh dear, it's caught to my nail. I'm going to put one in each corner and one in the middle. And that will go on the front. And then I have my heart. Now with the, oh, it escapes me what it's called. It'll come back to me in a minute. Because you can see through it, you want to use just a little glue dot there and stick it down in the middle there. It hasn't got a lot of weight, and so it's not going to fall off or anything. And then that's going to be hidden when you put your sentiment over. So all I'm going to do is kind of cut at an angle, about equidistant from each. And I'm going to put another couple of dimensionals on the back. And then I'm going to stick that right over the glue dot so it can't be seen. And my final embellishment is rhinestones. Now you can leave them the silvery colour, but if you take your Old Olive Stampin blend, you can actually colour these up to exactly the colour that you want. And I'm just rolling it around just to put a bit of colour on there, and you're going to let it dry for a few moments. I've already done a couple earlier, so they are dry. They don't take long because these are alcohol markers. And then I'm going to pop one there and one here. And we finished our card. And I will go back momentarily and finish colouring it in, and you'll see the finished one on your instructions. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this card. I look out for the other three. If you go down below the video, you'll see a link to my website, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you, and bye for now.